village of the angels. The angels have a village. It's a peaceful village, maybe, kind of.
Somewhat,
somewhat.
Are we just gonna skip past the fact that I think it's Briggs or Grimes or whatever from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Gibbs.
Mr. Gibbs.
Mr. Gibbs is in this episode, and I didn't notice until halfway through until he did like a weird voice. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's weird not seeing him as Gibbs and doing the Gibbs accent. So
y'all need to watch more British
which is also
everywhere.
Which is weird because the guy that Belle meets, I know him from In-Betweeners. He plays Neil in In-Betweeners. I'm just like, it's weird not seeing you play an idiot character.
Damn it! That's the show. That's the title. Oh my god, I feel so stupid.
Yeah, it's just like it's weird where he's not an idiot character.
I feel stupid because I was like, I want to watch that show that I hear a lot about. And so I was like, oh, it's on HBO Max. And I started watching it and I was like, why are none of these characters in the show besides Christopher Eccleston that I was told about? Turns out it's just called The Leftovers. So I'm watching a totally different show than I thought I was. Okay.
I've got some words for it. Wow. That's the word.
The angels are a scary threat again.
Jodie Whittaker's ratings on IMDb per episode have been roughly about 4 to 4.5. This season, Jodie Whittaker has done amazing stuff. Episode 1 was 8.0, and then the others have been 7.3, 7.5, stuff like that, up until this episode. And this one, as I checked, I think it was last night or the day of showing, was 8.2. So good for her, because they turned this season around into getting people to really like what they're doing and starting to talk about Doctor Who again.
Yeah, most of these episodes have been good, but when you only have 4 episodes, most. But when you have only 4 episodes, that leads into another conversation. When you're having only a 6-episode season, and even one miss can really trip you up, especially if it's in the middle. But sadly, that weighs in ratings before. When we were talking about this episode, they are low. But this episode does not deserve it, because the angels in this episode are a menace. And it's actually tying into some of the plot line. It actually reminds me of the Centauran episode more, because that's the only thing we can really compare it with in this season, where we're focusing again. We're still dealing with the timelines, as it were, the 6 starters that we had in the first episode, but we're focusing on an aspect of it, and that is the angels and Claire and the explanation of her.
Even something big as, we thought this was going to be another angel episode.
Nope.
No, the angels are part of the division. That's crazy. Yep. So now we know the division can take hold of pretty much anything that has a pulse or is mechanical enough to have somewhat of a consciousness.
Yeah, it will use anything or anyone
to their advantage. And even weeping angels, who we thought were totally rogue, and they're called the Lonely Assassins. They're alone. And now the division are just like, yeah, come join us. This is like some weird existential Godfather shit, and I'm digging it.
Well, it's not come join us. They've been working for them, and I don't think all angels are working for them. But
I think it's
they
just
could
this
be,
unit. Yeah,
we don't know enough about them to really for sure say that. But when it's revealed that they are a part of the division, and there's one angel that's running away from the other angels and it's hiding inside of Claire, it's so interesting. It's engaging. It's something that I actually like to watch.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. because we have seen in the past that angels can use voices.
Yeah.
So having the angel be inside the head of Claire and just touching her shoulder, resting upon it, and using her own voice to translate is something I love. I want to see more of that, way more. And I didn't like the TV part though, where they use
Disagree.
I think that was one of.
Gibbs's
I think that was one of the
voice
best
into his
parts.
recordings.
against him. I thought was a bit.
No,
I thought
see, because they were using the equipment that he had, the professor. They were using his equipment to makeshift a TV, a security camera. And so that is tied into the fact that he has been recording his voice to take notes.
Yeah.
To analyze the psychic readings of Claire. So them using his voice absolutely makes sense. There's nobody else they could go ahead and grab it for except Claire. But I mean, that kind of would have been, oh, we have Claire here, Claire there. No, and I love the aspect of him saying how, stop using my voice. I do not care for that, please. And when the angel popped out of the TV halfway and he smashes the screen.
That was cool.
Brilliant. Gosh, makes me feel good.
Even that moment where like the angel comes out of the drawing and she crumbles up the drawing. I thought, hey, you know what? That's really cool. That's really cool.
And the angel crushes with it. It was great.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
But there are some parts of this episode where I was like,
Belle.
Yes.
She is the part of the episode where we're like, because we're watching and she's on her search for Vendor or whatever his name is.
Yep.
And runs into some guy, and some guy takes him to this field where, oh, they're going to save you. And it's actually what's his name? The Swarm's
Azur.
girlfriend or sister or whatever.
Azur.
Azur.
And she has the passenger, and they're taking more people into the passenger. So that answers our question from last week. Is passenger going to be used to collect more?
I like this a lot. I like the Bell. Now that there's expanding upon it, I like the Bell and Vendor stuff even more now. I like it more. But I'm going to say something that's going to piss off Chris a little bit.
Australia sucks. No.
That's just a fact. I don't need to say it anymore. Where's the ye old English guy?
It's true. He's just gone.
Why would that piss me off? Why would I be pissed? I'm happy he didn't make a random appearance here. I would have just complained about that again.
I don't want him to show up ever again.
It looks like he's appearing in next week's episode. So
damn it.
Just never appears again. We're just
never
stuck.
appears again.
Who's there?
But yeah, I agree with Pixel. I really just did not care about Bell stuff, and now it's connected to Azur, like to Swarm and everything. So it's like, oh, they really want to try and connect it with that to keep it in there. I don't really care. It was just nice to see friggin' Neil from In-Betweeners. So like I said earlier, it's so weird seeing him in a role where he isn't an idiot.
Yeah, not the
so
leftover.
Though that leads to the question, is it really connected? Because she pretty much tells him that, oh, well, you know, I'm going to go save people from being passengered. But you can catch up with me. And instead spends 2 seconds saying I love you rather than going ahead and giving her coordinates.
It's because connection, relationship.
Corny
stuff.
love, I love
that.
It's corny, and I love that.
I did not care for the Bell stuff. That is the weakest thing in this episode.
I do think you guys are bonkers. The weakest thing in this episode was the old people who magically see the end of the universe get transported back to 1921 or 1901, something like that.
1901.
And just magically are like okay with, oh, it's daylight again. Oh, there you are, Missy. We've been looking for you. don't look at the angel. I mean, sorry. Don't make
block
it so
the
we
angel.
can't see. Yeah, don't block the angel so we can't see it. Don't tell me what to do, even though they just saw the angel transport them back to a different time, and now it's day, and now they're doing it all
It doesn't
over
really
again.
matter. The little girl never cared anyway. But I did love how, because they have taken this town, the angels have taken this town out of time. And there's this wall that connects the day of 1901, the day after everybody's gone. And
Quantum extraction.
yes, quantum extraction. And the night that the doctor entered the village. And so you have the little girl who has become an old woman on the other side, and they're communicating with each other. It's great.
Yeah, it was very obvious, but I did like it. I kind of called it like instantly. Is like, oh, that's that. As soon as they mention like the missing little girl, and then there's just the woman that's like, count the gravestones, and she's like, oh, it's happening again. Yeah, I think it was. I was like, that's the little girl, isn't it? Like, it's very obvious, but I was okay with it. Yeah, it was a very obvious twist, but I was okay with it.
It was definitely enjoyable. And
we're not even mentioning the fact that the doctor herself became an angel.
Yep. That at the end. The end. The rogue angel trades her instead to save its own life.
Not to mention that CGI. That CGI was 10 times worse than the Daleks from last episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's how you use CGI, which you can give a pass to.
It being at night kind of masks it a bit. It's not the best CGI, but I don't know. The Daleks in the light just weren't particularly the best.
You guys are crazy.
No. Because Doctor Who, we can accept when things... We've had bad CGI since 2005.
So you should be okay with the CGI we got in Dalek in the last episode because
you're saying that they don't have regular Daleks.
1 through 5.
You're saying they don't have set Daleks that they have in a warehouse somewhere that they could pull out just to walk across a hall for 2 seconds. Really?
They were in the middle of the forest.
Just right
yes,
there. They didn't have to be floating. They chose to make them float.
They have actual flying Daleks.
They chose to make them float. They could
again,
have gone.
like I mentioned when we talk about that, you could have just heard them and it would still have the same effect.
Yeah,
they didn't need to be seen. You could just hear them.
I think seeing them was actually.
We know how much of a threat Daleks are to everyone except really the Doctor in some circumstances. So
no, but we didn't have the option to hear them because she was already giving narrative over it.
You could have slipped them in between her words. But
you guys are self-entitled. I swear to God.
You have to be picky.
You literally say, "Oh, we had bad CGI. We know we're used to it." Yet complaining about this CGI that's better than anything from season 1 through 5.
Disagree. So anyway, what I was saying before, the I had a theory at the beginning that the village itself wasn't going to disappear as much as they were going to all become angels. They didn't do that. That's not what happened. No. But the fact that they bury themselves in 1901 in the graveyard to come up later to, well, effectively get the Doctor. It's very interesting. And when you had to see all throughout the episode, I was thinking my theory was going to prove correct because you had Claire rubbing her eye, the dust coming out in her hands, and then they revealed that she's a seer. So she has premonitions. She had an angel inside of her, and that's where it all connects. But the Doctor turning into an angel is something I did not expect. That is not a twist I thought I'd see. But it leads to the question, what do you do now? Do they have a way to unangel an being? I don't know.
I would assume so. I feel like it's less that turned her into a weeping angel, it's more of a way of containment.
Handcuffs.
Essentially, it's essentially angel handcuffs. Yeah.
Are those big pink fluffy ones? No, that's a different kind of show.
Another thing, I don't know. I had a real thought about it. Just it felt weird when you get the reveal that the angels are here to capture a rogue angel because it has knowledge of the division, and that's dangerous. It just felt weird that they were still doing normal angel stuff that we know that they do, like sending people back in time if they're only just there for the one angel. If it was just they knew the angel was in someone, but they didn't know, so they were sending them back to, I don't know, interrogate or something to try and see if they got the right one. I felt like that would have worked, but I know I feel like someone would just brush it off as like, well, they still need energy. They're going up against another angel, so they're gonna need it to be at like 100% to get it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just felt weird that they were still doing normal like angel sending people back in time so that they die of old age in present day, so they can get their life energy. You know, normal angel stuff that we know that they do, but their whole mission was to capture one angel.
Yeah. So all the people that they sent back were really just
food.
For funsies.
For funsies. It's because they're angels. What do we know that they do? Oh, they send people back in time.
They're not good. They are truly maniacal. And when you have voices to actually show that and hear them speak.
Yes, especially when they confront Jericho. One of my favorite moments of this episode. Like once they try to come out of the TV, breaks it, and then they come down like the stairs. And just like, I am observing you. That is my power over you. And it's like you have that, but we will wait. We are patient. It's like, good. It's like if angels is like a real like threat. They're like creepy, menacing, sinister. I'm like, hell yes, this is what I want.
What I think not just Doctor Who in general, because they weren't in the past, has been doing wrong with the angels. They've been making them almost overpowered. I liked it the best when they were just, you look at them, they can't move. Like Blink. You look at them, they can't move. It's simple and it's creepy. But now it's anything that's an image of it can be an angel. That means the reflection in your eyes can be an angel. The image of them inside your head from remembering them is an angel.
No. Not from remembering them. Not from remembering them. That's a very clear distinction. She was a seer, so she has visions, like actual visions.
Oh, okay. She has visions. Where does she see the visions? And where do they come from?
It just happens because she's a seer.
Her brain.
It's still different.
It's still
We're
in
not
her
going
head.
to see
It's in her
Sally
head because
Sparrow.
she has an image. It's in her brain. It has an image of the angel in her brain because she remembers what it looks like. That means, boom, in your head.
It's not from remembering what she looks like. It was actually in her. She manifested it from time, and thus the angel was able to get in.
Okay, think of an angel in your head right now. They can be any angel.
No.
Yeah, think of an angel right now.
That's not how it works.
I'm not saying that's how it works for her. I'm saying in general. It's an image of an angel. I see an image of an angel in my head right now I'm thinking of. Boom, it can be an angel.
I think you are oversimplifying it.
Well, they didn't have boundaries over it. They just said, boom, any image of an angel is an angel.
And you think that holds the actual image of an angel? That's a conversation about memories. It wasn't the fact that she had a memory of an angel that it was able to get into her head. It was the fact that she was a seer. She had visions. She knew about the doctor before ever meeting the doctor. And thus, the angel was able to get in. She was connected cosmically.
All right. If it's a vision, that means it's through the brain and it's not real. So how'd it get in?
It's a vision. It's a vision. That means it's beyond just through the brain. It's not like it's a nightmare. It's a vision. It's learning things before you actually interact with things. So the doctor, for example.
No, that's different. That's
Claire knew the doctor before they ever met. And it's established in this episode,
She's
actually.
still seeing the angel. She's visioning the angel. It's not like a vision is in front of you and you're projecting it through your eyes. It's a vision that's in your head that you're seeing. That's still in your head that you're seeing, that your brain's creating an image of. That's still the same thing as remembering it, because you can see it when you remember it.
Those are different things, though. They are.
It doesn't
the
matter
fact
if it's
is,
different. It still creates the same thing.
but
the main flaw with this is that the Doctor and anyone that's met an angel has seen one before and would have a memory of it. Shouldn't they all be dead because of an angel would have come out of them?
Exactly.
So it can't be a memory.
So yeah, it's not memory. That's the key thing. It's not memory. It's the fact that she had visions.
The image of an angel is an angel is stupid, because the Sally Sparrow hands the Doctor an image of an angel and it doesn't come out and attack everyone.
Well, that's more of a case of that happened before that thing was
before the rules.
It's a retcon. It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's still stupid.
I mean, it was Moffat's decision, and it was his monster. He gets to decide that. So, and Chibnall for once
makes it
listens to something and doesn't mess it up. So, good on him for once.
It's still overpowered. I think it's stupid. Just go back to the basic. Also, I want to see a single lone angel episode where it's just one angel, not the whole horde of angels that we see since their creation. They're called the Lonely Assassins. I want to see a lonely angel, a single angel by itself.
I mean, I think it's pretty much established that they do work in teams. They don't interact because they can't, but they do work in teams to hunt down and harvest food. That's their thing.
I don't remember that being established.
That's why you have the 4 in the first episode that they appear, and then from there on you see angels.
They didn't say that though.
Okay, it's an observation.
I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm literally just saying they're called the Lonely Assassins. I want to see a single lone episode. There's nothing in any episode that even implies that they travel in packs, other than that just they are there.
But that leads into something that I do want to praise, and that is in the underground tunnel system, when the angels are coming out of the wall with hands all reaching. It's brilliant.
And I feel bad for Gibbs getting sand in his eye. By the way, that was a very long scene for it to happen like that. We're going to turn right now. Zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! And then
they caused sand to go into that. But
yes, but he looked up right and stood there waiting for the sand to come in his eye. But other than that, like small bit, that whole scene is rad.
Oh yeah. And then to the point where it's just the Doctor and she's looking and going to do this. Well, I can run. 3, 2, 1. And she goes to turn and she's dashing and she stops. Turns around. They haven't moved. It was brilliant. It was like, why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? It gets you excited.
Again, I like that too. As the Doctor, like, I'm not gonna give up, even though I'm pretty much done here. Like, I think that's good. But any other Doctor, what they would have done is to try to scare the angels into like leaving her. Because, like, think about it, like the Doctor's like, I'm all out of options here. I'm not just gonna run. I gotta use my most powerful thing I have, which is my head and mouth, talking my way out of anything.
You can't talk to a statue. They weren't talking. They didn't have the TV there to have the voice of Mr. Gibbs. So there's no conversation to be had. So she would just be like talking to a wall.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is like, hey, like it will be talking, even though they can't talk back. It's a one-sided conversation. They can't talk, but they can listen. And the Doctor can talk. The Doctor can speak, try to speak for her life. And that last moment of like, art, if I turn right now after my whole speech, will they still get me? Even though, yes, I'm all out of options. Or won't they? And even if they don't, they finish it off with her walking out and doing that whole scene right after she walks out. I think that would have made that a lot better. Of her being like, I'm going to use my brain and mouth to talk about it, other than just, I'm going to turn. Boom. Why aren't they following me? They're still not following me. I'm going to walk out.
No, I
now.
disagree. I really have to disagree, because them being there like that, and she's at the point where she is out of options. There's a wall there. She can't speak to the wall to try to... What's she going to do? Oh, I'm going to cave you in with the power of my mind? Get out a jammy dodger? No. She is going to make a dash for it. And it's going to be a race against the Angels.
The doctor talks their way out of anything. Now, hold on. Before you say anything, you just said, what are they going to do? Talk to a wall? That's a very low thing to say from a guy whose favorite doctor is Peter Capaldi. And how did he get out of a hallway in Heaven Sent? He talked to a door. Yes, the doctor can talk their way out of anything. That's
he also punched a wall really hard millions of times. So
nope, billions
of times. That's right. See, there's a little more than just talking to it. Most of the talking in that episode was just for himself. So because
yes, but no, I'm not talking about the rest of the episode. I'm talking about him talking to something that can't talk to him back, like a door, and the door magically lets him go through. That's the same thing about.
It's been a while since I've seen the episode, so I'm gonna.
He created a small psychic link with the door. That's literally what happened. And what I'm saying is, I'm pointing that out because it's like
Jason's unsure too. I can see it in his eyes.
No, I'm remembering this. He pretty much fucking punches through the wall every time.
No.
He punches through it, and he's
talking about a door. He's like locked in a room, I think.
No, it's a hallway, and this is the first time the ghost thing is coming after him and corners him, and so he creates a psychic link with the door. Well, I mean, why would anyone talk to a door? Because they just walk right through you. So maybe if I'm just polite, and then he like has a psychic link with the door, and the door unlocks.
I think I'd have to rewatch that episode to be sure of what happens.
Plus, I would feel I feel like that would be more. I feel like that'd be more with the whole point of the structure is that it kept changing rooms. So it could have just been the door just open because it changed the room.
Guys,
I don't know.
I'm not lying to you. I literally just spoke to you what he told the door, almost word for word.
Okay, but I'm telling you, you're not making a. We've already seen her do a psychic link in this episode. She was not going to talk her way out of a hall full of angels, including arms coming out of the wall. So
you're changing what you said twice to try to create an argument. You said she already created.
Actually, I'm looking at it now. Jimmy was right. Actually, I'm looking at it now. Jimmy was right.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm talking about how that affects this episode right here.
I'm making a point that, hey, he talked to a door that won't listen back. You said the angels can't talk, so why would they do that? I'm saying he did it before. He talked to a door to get his way out of something. Now he can talk to something that won't talk to him back, like the angels. Yet they can listen. So possibly, maybe talk her way out of this situation rather than just, oh, they didn't move. Blink, blink, blink.
I think the main problem is that can work as long as there is a distraction. Because the key example I'm thinking of is was Matt Smith. His episode with the Angels. Like, they capture him, they're ready to kill him, but they don't because they're too fixated on the crack in time, and they think they can use it as a way to feed. But then he explains to them what it really is, and that it would actually kill them instead by erasing them. Well, he doesn't outright say erase them, he just says that's fire from the end of the universe. No, You can't feed on that. Then because they're so focused on that, he also says, "There's one thing you shouldn't do. Let me talk." And he it shows that he escaped because they grabbed him by his tweed jacket. So while he was distracting them, he got out of his tweed jacket and ran out of there. I think the problem is that can work.
Done it every single time he's met the angels. He's
but there needs to be a distraction that assists with that. I don't think there really was with Jodie and with the angels there. There wasn't really a distraction that could have worked. I felt it really was just a last ditch effort to just run for it.
Yeah,
but why?
It works depending on what else is happening in the situation.
It makes no sense. If she's gonna run, why would she run? Because she knows the angels are much, much faster than her. She wouldn't go anywhere. So her next best bet would be just try to talk her way out of it.
To be fair, this also delves into a lot of, especially with later Nuhu, of the Doctor being very inconsistent with their personality and traits. So we can just say it was just an inconsistent Jodie personality, which has happened a lot with her series. Yeah.
It actually felt the most like Jodie that I can think of, it was good, which was a rarity. Because I can run too. And I couldn't help but smile because the Doctor does do a lot of running, but that's a part of her. Like, we're going to make a mad dash. Whole point of the shoes. But no, I smiled at that line, and whenever she was going to do it, and I was waiting for the chase, but there wasn't one. And that was the big thing of the scene. What the hell's going on? Why aren't they going after her? So she just walks out, and then bum bum.
My problem is that Jodie didn't even try to talk her way out of anything in this episode.
I think you care about conversations a little too much.
Yeah, because I like to see the Doctor be smart rather than just run around. I want to see the Doctor try to the Doctor's done this so many times. The Doctor has done this so many times. With the Weeping Angels, there's only two options: run or talk your way out of something. And even for the most part, talking the way out doesn't work as much as, I don't know, dying. But it's still like probably the best option against the Weeping Angels.
At the same time, there wasn't anything there to really support that. What was she going to do? She was going to talk to the hallway of angels with arms peeking out, ready to grab at her. And she was going to have a conversation like, "Oh, you know what I could do? I could blow you up with no, I don't have that. I don't have a jammy dodger in my pocket. I've got my Sonic. I guess that works on stone if you have time. But you need time. She doesn't have time. Doesn't work on wood.
I don't have the.
But
I'm not.
I don't need anything. But I disagree. I don't think we needed anything out of her ass. She could just move her ass.
I think that's just a little.
No, we're gonna have to
the only think about it. What did they do in this episode? They ran, got caught, ran, got caught, ran, got caught. Didn't learn anything.
What's true against the angels?
No, it doesn't work. The only time it actually works is when they have a conversation, like in Flesh and Stone and the Time of Angels. The parts where they actually had a chance was when they tried to talk their way out of it, like with Matt Smith, and gave the others time to run and go do their thing while he stood there, talked to him.
Yes, but
to be fair, he got distracted. He got distracted with the Kraken time while they all escaped because he wanted to scan it. Still, it wasn't like I'm gonna call the angels off here while you escape. He was more fixated on this new thing. It's like, oh, I've seen this before. What's this doing here? I'm gonna go get some readings.
This would have been
about this. You quickly go. You guys go escape. But while he's distracted, that's when the angels appear, and he's like, "Oh,
this could have been a perfect opportunity to talk about how the Flux is destroying reality. How she is the only one who can stop it." And if you don't want to be unwritten from history, leave me alone, and I will solve this. perfect opportunity for that to happen. But no, I'd rather, I'm just gonna run.
Because the Angels
Don't get me
care.
wrong.
And it was
Yes, I'm
established-
arguing. Yes, the Angels care. They're part of the division.
They did
But we
not.
don't know. That the problem is we don't know if the division cares about the Flux yet. I feel like that's what it's going to be. That's why they're recalling the Doctor to deal with the Flux, because we find out in the previous episode the Flux was put in place because of the Doctor. I feel like that's the reason. The problem is they don't say it in this episode. So all we got in the episode, until they say otherwise in the future episode, the Angels are just there for another Angel. It's not because of the Flux. That's all they say. Although I feel like the next episode, it'll be, we're here at the division. The Doctor, you're recalled because you're going to deal with the Flux. This is a problem created because of you. That's why we want you back here. You get no say in this. You have to fix this.
Yeah.
But as of just the episode itself, the Angels are there for another Angel. It has nothing to do with the Flux.
Don't get me wrong. I have argued about the negatives for this episode for quite a bit. But for the most part, 99% of the show, I had a blast. I liked this episode quite a bit.
I know.
I think that's what we can all agree on that. We can all agree on that. This was a good episode.
Best episode this season.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing
first season. First episode.
That could lead us into the ratings, because I'll go with my rating first, because since Jimmy said better than the first, I would give it the same rating I gave the first episode, 7.5 out of 10. I think it was a really good episode. It was since the first episode, I was really engaged with the plot. It had so many great moments. Like I said, the Jericho moment, him with the Angels. There was such an amazing
that was a great
scene.
moment.
I loved that scene. The tunnel scene as well. The twist about they're actually hunting an angel that worked with they all worked for the division. It has knowledge. It might help the Doctor, maybe not. Well, turns out it doesn't. It betrays her to save its own life. And then the Doctor being turned into an angel, sent back to the division. I'm all for it. Absolutely loved it. Probably it
Your
is
favorite
as good
part.
As good as the first episode. Hence 7.5 out of 5. Same rating.
Well, I gave the first episode a rating of 8. Then Sontaran, I went 7. And then 6 for Once Upon a Time. I'm going back to 7. I don't think it's as good as the first episode. I think there's a lot that is good about it, like I thought there was in the Sontaran episode. The Bell stuff does drag it down a little, though. I just don't care, and they haven't made me care. So it's most likely going to be a case where I would have to force myself to care because they're too lazy to do it. And I think while the Angel stuff is really, really good, and I did defend like the tunnel scene. Jimmy doesn't like that, but I love that.
I liked it. Yeah. It was just the ending I didn't like of it.
Yeah, we disagree. But I'm going to go 7. It wasn't as good as the first episode, which set up. It really had that wackiness. The Angels do shine here, but there's stuff that's weighing it down. An inconsistency we didn't bring up about touching an angel, I don't think.
No, we didn't
on the actual show. But
yeah,
and so 7, I think, is a solid number for it.
I think this episode was fantastic. My least favorite Angel episode, but don't get me wrong, I love pretty much all the Angel episodes. So that's just me. But this was my least favorite. It might be tied actually for with the Angels Take Manhattan. I think it might be tied with that. I give this like an 8.5. I think is a little too high. Maybe an 8.2. Just
yeah. Because didn't you do like 8 for episode 1?
I did.
Yeah.
So whatever my first episode 1 rating was, give it like a 0.2 higher. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that, and also I gotta say something about your favorite scene with the Jericho. The part that makes that fantastic is they didn't make a joke out of it where he goes, where he just stands in salute and goes lieutenant or whatever he called whatever his rank was. Fought in the war, Vietnam, or fought in the war or something like that. I expected a joke to come out of that to make him look kind of stupid. No, they let it be and let him look like a badass. Good for Jericho. Another great reason why that scene was awesome.